we continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, like, I mean, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, like, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that that whitewashed you?
That's not very woke, is it?
Your girl, Jasmine Crockett, back in the news, man, talking about biracial couples, which I think is quite interesting. Talking about whitewashed, and, you know, she seemed to found her lane, man, her controversial lane. Some liken it to AOC. Who knows, man? But I think it's performative, especially if you look at previous interviews of her, right? She definitely wasn't talking the way she's talking now. I think that she feels she connects with her constituents this way. Who knows? But it's performative. People see through it. They see through it, man. This is not you. This is not the Jasmine Crockett that aligns with what we know about your your education. At least this is the stuff that's being shown on the internet as far as her schooling and stuff like that. And people are saying no, she didn't talk this way before. She's always got something to say about white people. You always notice this about her. She brings up race a lot of race baiting. And whenever she says something else that's controversial, and then people are, coming after her about it, making it very clear that they don't like what she's saying and they disapprove of it, you will notice after that, she always comes back to race. Always. That's her go-to, man. That's her crutch. Race baiting. But let's go see what your girl got to talk about, man. Jasmine Crockett.
She's number one at being dumb, the new face of the DNC. Gather round, cause that's our Jazzy.
That's my dog's name. Jazzy. Cool. That's my dog's name, Jazzy.
Jasmine Crockett's got another hot take. No blacks and whites on a wedding cake. The Democrats' new chosen one, Jasmine Crockett, is in the news again for an old clip where she attacked Florida Rep. Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman. Roll it, Bertha.
If we continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, like, I mean, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, like, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that that whitewashed you?
That's not very woke, is it?
Because you married a white woman. Here we go with that. Let me tell you something, man. That's a weak argument. Weak. It's weak now. People have used this excuse for their whole life, man. Just basically to it's a crutch. It's an excuse on why things didn't turn out. You have to have someone to blame. So no accountability. Don't blame yourself for the way your life has turned out. Maybe it didn't turn out the way you dreamed or had hoped for. It's 2025, man. Okay. There's a lot of opportunities out there for people. I'm not saying that racism doesn't still exist. Okay. I'm saying stop using it as an excuse for everything. And for her, it's always her go-to. You'll notice that, man. She'll always go back to race baiting. But let's continue.
Of course, Crockett isn't the only Democrat who's opposed to interracial marriage, or else more Democrats would have voted for this one. Racist.
Yeah.
Tyrus, I go to you for no apparent reason.
Right.
Do you have an opinion on this? Or should I move on to somebody?
No, it has to come from me.
Yes.
Okay. None of y'all are qualified. Not just for one thing, I'm mad at Charmaine the guy because he should have kicked her out. See, the problem is that we are allowing our own culture to be openly racist and get away with it. Now, if a
Facts.
white person is offended by that, and they should be, they say something, it's like, it's not the same thing. But if you say that and another brother looks at you and goes, man, you wrong for that, and I don't want you on my show, get the hell out, because I'm telling you right now, if I was not on the show, which happens sometimes, and someone was sitting in his chair and he was complaining about black men this and black that, and they shouldn't be here, and you know what happens when a white woman marries a black guy, you would not have seen that guy in the next segment. He would have kicked his ass off, because you're not going to talk about somebody that I care about like that, or another person like that. That's the problem, is that.
Real quick, and I'll get back to him. I have been saying this for years. I'm not kidding, man. Probably since my teenage years, I have been saying this, man. Like, why do you guys think that it's okay to sit here and say horrible things, racially insensitive things about white people? And I'm like, man, if a white person were to say that about black people, it would be an uproar. You guys be ready to fight. It'll be always. It's always okay. It's always okay for us to say it, right? But for a white person to say no, it's not okay. They can't say this, and then they'll go back to, okay, well, because of slavery. Look, none of y'all were slaves. I wasn't a slave, and I understand the history of slavery. Okay, and then there's some details of slavery that a lot of you guys ain't ready for, and there's some details and facts about slavery that you love to omit in your thesis when it comes to that. We're here now, and as a country, we have progressed. It is not the same as it was even when my father was a youth. Okay, it's not the same as back in. What we're looking at, 40, 60. 40, 50, 60 years ago. I get it. We've had some ugly times in this country, absolutely. But we have to continue to progress. And by sitting up here using race all the time as your go-to, you set people back. And then, there's thank God there's a lot of people who doesn't buy into it now. They don't buy into it anymore. If you take a look at my children and their friends, even it started with me and my generation, but my children, they are from all backgrounds, all nationalities. They got friends from all over, man. And the thing I've always credited them for, and I admired, is race never came up in their conversations. And we were the cool parents' house, and we were the parents that people, they loved all our kids loved to come hang out at our house. So we had an opportunity to listen to the Utes. Shout out to Joe Pesci. And hear their dialogue, right? And it wasn't about race. And I'm telling you, we had every type of nationality in our crib, man.
We let too much slide, because that's embarrassing. So what you're basically saying is Barack Obama was not the first black president now. So that means that Donald Trump is the first black president, according to you.
Yeah.
So at some point, and listen, I have been with every shade of woman on the planet. I started out black, and then I went Pacific Islander, Asian, had a little Hispanic phase, and then I ran out of to do and ended up with a white one. That's just how it happened. But they're all, I'm telling you, they all bitch the same. They all take your money the same. They all don't sleep with you all the time the same. And they all leave you the same.
I like it.
Piers, I love how they're kind of spinning this as old news when it came up. They said, oh, this is not the media's. Oh, it's 9 months old. But there's no expiration date when it's one of us who does something. It's like if they find something you said 10 years ago.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine? But I did think about you the moment I heard about this lady. And it wasn't this offense. It was the one a couple of weeks ago when she just told the biggest porcupine of all time when she was caught being incredibly offensive. Went on some rambling thing about
Cockney rhyming slang.
Porcupine, lie. Sorry.
It is.
Porcupine is a East London Cockney rhyming slang, governor.
I thought
phrase Michael Caine would say porky pie, and a massive porky pie when she was caught being disgustingly offensive. So she's a proven liar. She's a proven racist, and she's exactly the kind of person herself, coming back to the hypocrisy of those on the woke left, who would be the first to call everybody else a liar, a racist, and so on. And you're so right, Taurus. If it was the other way around, the miscreant would be cancelled like that by her and her mob. And it's the constant double standard that I find particularly irksome about them. But she is going to be the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
You are going to be so glad she popped up
around
on the scene.
That's going to make up.
I think it's true, man. I think they actually like her to open her mouth, man, because she's at this point must see TV, right? Because we want to know what else crazy she's gonna say. But Piers is right. If a white person were to say the same thing that she says in her position, so let's say another member of Congress were to say something crazy like that. Hey, you over here married a black man. You over here, blackwashing. You married a black man. Blah, 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 whatever crazy stuff would come out of that person's mouth. People would be asking for that person to step down. They would be trying to cancel that person. She's allowed to say it. Why? Because she's a black woman. I don't think that's fair. I think that's stupid what came out of her mouth. My kids are a product that they're biracial. My kids are biracial, man. They look like a bunch of Aubrey Grahams. Anyway, let's get back
For the White House Correspondents' Dinner, we're gonna get a segment a day from her, Loftus. Do you share your boxcar with people of color?
I do.
Yeah.
My boxcar does not know race, does not know gender. It is a welcome space.
That is so
where only
beautiful.
deodorant is not welcome. I like this Jasmine Crockett lady, right?
It's a great name, isn't it, for a villain?
Yeah.
Crockett is the whitest last name you could ever have.
Yeah.
Sonny Crockett, Miami Vice.
Yes.
It's like the whole thing is like, because I've seen her, she's very well spoken, and then she gets on certain programs and lets it. So maybe this whole thing is like a Netflix documentary, like a new spin on Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde.
Kennedy, I have are you pro race mixing?
Very much so. Yes. I mean, I feel like she would have had an issue with my relationship with Michael Jordan that we had back in the 90s. Some might call it short-lived because it was 20 minutes, but it was very meaningful. And to me, we were practically married. So I'm just personally delighted that I escaped her very cruel microscope.
Yes.
But I think that, I'm with Michael. I think every word she says is a gift. I love that people are spending time combing through some of her dumbest yarns. And I actually like Charlemagne's show because people go on his show and they say the dumbest things. That's where Hillary Clinton said that I carry hot sauce in my purse. No, you don't. And Kamala Harris I used to smoke weed in college and listen to Tupac. And it's like, bitch, you graduated in 1982. Joe Biden was like, well, you ain't black if you're voting for Trump. I mean, all these things were said on Charlemagne's show, which his gift is getting people to feel so comfortable.
Yes.
They reveal themselves to be complete idiots.
But don't you think it's like finding a band where they come out with a great album? Right, and you're like, wow, who are these guys? And you go back to their back catalogue and you find great song after great song after great song. She's going to have one of the great back catalogues.
Yes.
If that's all they found in the first round so far from last June, imagine.
I'm hiring.
Shout out to Charlamagne the God and the Breakfast Club. It's actually one of my favorite shows, man. And if you think about it, they've been in the game for a long time. They one of the original podcasters, if you think about it, man. A morning talk show on radio, but they always filmed it. It was always on camera, so they would film it. So they were one of the first video podcasts out there, man. Shout out to Charlamagne the God and the Breakfast Club.
Intern tomorrow who does nothing but read her old.
Comfortably dumb.
Yes. Coming up, why did Wallen walk off stage?
Your girl, man, Jasmine Crockett, she is a gift that keeps on giving, man. She always says some crazy stuff. And I think what's going to happen, man, I think when it gets closer to election time and she has to run, I think she's going to get voted out, man. I think all the stuff that she's saying now is going to come back to haunt her. Because, yeah, okay, it's entertaining right now, but will your constituents take you serious? Will they take you as someone who has professional decorum and that can go represent them? Even there's a couple of videos where she even admits, no, she would much rather be fighting and attacking Trump than to be working on, legislation. So she would much rather be in front of the camera attacking Trump instead of doing her actual job. So, and this is what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen. This is just all about Donald Trump and their disdain for him. And they hate this man so much that they're willing to lie about it. They're willing to sit here and attack Elon Musk over it, because Elon Musk, of course, as we know, is running DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, and they're finding a lot of wasteful spending, and they're finding crime. And the Democrats who benefit from the crime, that it looks like they benefit from the crime, they're highly upset about it. It makes you look so much more guilty, and it puts the magnifying glass on you even more. We want to know, why are you so heated? You so super mad. You mad. For what? If you're not benefiting from crime against American citizens, then you wouldn't be upset over it, right? So anyway, that's y'all girl, man, Jasmine Crockett shit.
There has been no oppression for the white man in this country. You tell me which white men were dragged out of their homes. You tell me which one of them got dragged all the way across an ocean and told that you are going to go and work. We are going to steal your wives. We are going to rape your wives. That didn't happen. That is oppression. We didn't ask to be here. We're not the same migrants that y'all constantly come up against. We didn't run away from home. We were stolen. So yeah, we are going to sit here and be offended when you want to sit here and act like, and don't let it escape you that it is white men on this side of the aisle telling us, people of color on this side of the aisle, that y'all are the ones being oppressed, that y'all are the ones that are being harmed. That's not the definition of oppression.